So here we are. I think the final video. Now, who is going to win this game? Will it be the evil empire of the Zulu, who have just wiped out nation after nation, control all of South America, almost pretty much all of Africa, or will it be Mongolia? This kind of somewhat peaceful. I mean, yeah, they took out all of China, but I mean, who else did they really go to war with? They went to war with China, but that was it. They had the opportunity of taking out Korea. They didn't take it. They could have taken out a whole lot of nations, but they've played somewhat peaceful, and they seem to be kind of the protector of this world. I'm nervous. I'm nervous to see what happens. Let's go to the next turn and watch. Now, there are a few weird wars that are playing around, playing around. I don't think they're playing around, these wars. They're for real. The Huns could possibly destroy all of Austria, which would be pretty devastating, since who knows how long we have left in this entire series. I have to imagine maybe only a few turns. Germany has denounced Indonesia. France has denounced Persia. Okay. Yeah, so we have 2 atomic bombs held by the Huns. I don't know if they're going to drop them against the Austrians. We also have Mongolia taking over most of China here. Most of China, that is, in the colony of Australia. Indonesia dropped out of this war. I don't really know why. It looks like the AI does not kind of clean up their fallout. As you can see, this city's been nuked for a really long time. You gotta think, though, one good thing you have to think about, Genghis Khan and Mongolia, is the fact that they didn't nuke China, and they didn't nuke Siam. Now, I know the Siam story was a little bit different because, if Mongolia would have nuked Siam back in a few videos ago, maybe a century ago, he would have probably got called into a war. Oh my gosh, he did it. Holy crap, Genghis did it. Genghis Khan has won. Genghis Khan has won. Wow, you see that? Do you see that? Too bad I can't see Genghis's. I wish I could look at Genghis's screen right now. What is my score? How did I get 320 points? I didn't even play. That is true. Oh, I guess I got technologies, so that makes sense. He only had one category, and that was manufactured goods. I think that Shaka messed himself up. Shaka Don goofed. Because Shaka went to war with Mongolia, took out a whole bunch of cities, took on more cities for himself, which raised up his technology cost, and I think that actually lowered Mongolia's technology cost. I think that's what pulled out the victory. Good has beaten evil today. If you've been following the storyline that I've kind of set up, you got to think that good has kind of somewhat triumphed over evil. Let's look at the replay. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'm sure it's going to take a while to load up this replay here because, okay, so, messages, jeez, so many messages. Let me see. So let's look at, what do we got? Okay, so yeah, graph is nice. Very nice. So what do we got? What do I want to do? What's something really, really important that I want to watch for? Number of known techs. As you can see, here's America. I'm jumping up because this is me discovering technologies. Who is that red? Who exactly is that red? That's got to be Genghis. Oh, Genghis. No, that's Korea. Yeah, so this is Korea here. The orange must be Mongolia. Yeah, that is Mongolia. So where was Shaka at? Did Shaka not... Was his technology level too much? He must have had too many cities. He must have had way too many cities. Where's he at? I don't even see him here. Do you see where he's going? I don't see anybody. That's strange. That's really weird. Okay. Well, I'm not going to, maybe this will help out if I destroy some of these, or just get them out of the way. I know some people just got taken out of the game. That was the problem. How's Babylon doing? Babylon was right in the middle. Yeah, Babylon didn't do so good. Hey, Austria ended up surviving, more than likely, though. Remember, the world would have obviously continued to play out as Mongolia went out into space. I think ultimately we could think of an alternative universe where the Zulu pretty much controlled the entire world. Without Genghis there, he would have, I think, wiped out everyone unless there was a united coalition that formed. Maybe then, but even then, not really, because no one had the technology that the Zulu did. I don't see where they're at. I'm very confused, but whatever. In terms of, is there anything else we want to really look at? Nothing really. I mean, I guess maybe military power would be interesting to look at. Is there a unit maintenance, unhappiness, total land, score? You telling me there's not? Oh, military might. Okay, there we go. What is going on here? It doesn't. Oh, this is like totally screwed up. I can't even look at these guys. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't really look at that stuff anyways. Let's look at the map. This is the only thing I really want to look at. So, as you can see, everyone started off in the, you know, quote-unquote old world, or whatever you want to call it. Let's just play it out. There's too many things that go down. I can't stop it every single time, or else we'll be on like a 40-minute video stopping and, you know, talking about the significance of everything. But let's just go ahead and press play. We went through quite a few turns. Wow. I mean, the game, one of the best parts about this series is it got off to such a fast start. We had massive wars going on within like video 3. And that's what I thought, which made this series so successful, is to have huge wars going on within video 3 is so fun. It made the campaign just so fun to just jump off and start watching. Oh, I loved Porto. Oh, little Porto. I mean, let's be real here, though. The real victory goes to Florence. It's just, you know, Mongolia got second place. Florence obviously isn't first. Here comes the Zulu, and then boom, they start stacking it up in South America. That was a big issue. And then it's gonna be interesting to see just kind of these. They start to go to Alaska, I mean, and then here it comes. We also have China going down. So it looks like the colonization all happened around the same time for the Zulu, for Mongolia, and even China. They all started colonizing, even though China could have colonized Australia a long time ago, but they hardcored started to colonize Australia around the same time everyone did. We have Spain in the Caribbean. We've got Morocco here in Fez. And then things just started blobbing and blobbing and blobbing. What's the cool thing is that I think this plan worked. The whole goal of this conquer and colonization game was to make sure that there was conquering, and that certainly happened. That really happened when, you know, at the end of the day, we got down to a very little amount of civs left out. And honestly, if we would have gone any further, there would probably be, like we said, about 8 civs left, honestly. More than likely, Austria was about to get taken out. And look at that colonization. It's weird to see the deity AI take up to 347. I wish deity AIs took that long for my games. Could you imagine? I've beaten plenty of games before 350. I could have won a lot of deity games if this is how it always plays out. But this, again, I think this is an AI. Everything plays differently when there's no human player involved. So I can say that there was certainly a lot of colonization, and you have to remember that there were different nations colonizing. Obviously, the Zulu ended up doing the most amount of colonies at the end, but we had Spain out here. We had freaking Arabia out here. Morocco. I thought Morocco would have been a little bit better. Siam. I forgot about Siam. And then Indonesia, who survived in controlling the West Coast. Technically, I'd be living under Indonesian rule, and honestly, I wouldn't mind that. That'd be great. Little islands to go to in the South Pacific. That would be really fun for me. But yeah, I think we saw the colonization here. Obviously, the conquering happened in the New World, or the Old World. Even in the New World, it happened. So I am extremely happy Mongolia won. That was really, 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 really cool. Arabia ends up making peace with Korea. I don't think the Huns ever do drop any sort of nuke on Austria, but more than likely it would have happened. They are moving in towards that territory. Where do the Huns go? The Huns go right. I do kind of want to see if they get nuked. I'm just waiting for this turn to process. That way we can look at. Oh, Attila built the Apollo program. I just wanted to look at one quick thing, but I'm not sure if I can. I want to see if I do want to see if Austria does get nuked. I want to see if the Huns and Attila have the balls to drop something on Salzburg or Vienna. Because then ultimately, if they do, then you will see the destruction, more than likely, of Austria. I guess when we wait, we will check here. Oh, I guess it's not going to let us. I just wanted to check how close Mongolia was to a victory. It's in the a cultural victory. So 18 out of 24. So was that? Did they lose? Looks like they might have lost. Weren't they at 19? I don't know. I might be smoking crack there. Did they end up? Yep, they did end up getting nuked. No, that's just no. They didn't get nuked. No, but their planes are just doing devastating effects here. I mean, I'm telling you, if they just dropped the nuke, that would be enough. And we also have the Ottomans moving through Hun territory, which is strange. Now, I cannot go through this series anymore. I know that there's some of you guys that would have possibly wanted me to continue on with the series, even though the victory is already ended. I just can't. I mean, honestly, there's nothing else that's going to happen. It's going to be fairly boring for at least the next probably 20 videos, because I think the AIs are just going to, gang rape the small guys. Obviously, after about 20 or 25 videos, it'd be really interesting to see huge powers going to war. That would be really interesting, but I can't, we can't do 25 more videos of this series. There's no way. I'm ready to jump into the next series, honestly. I'm super excited, and yes, I'm excited to see that, and I'm surprised that I'm not surprised that Mongolia couldn't get. I don't know. It's interesting to see that Mongolia wasn't any closer to a cultural victory, but wow, I mean, they were really close, and the Zulu were at 15, so that's surprising that Mongolia would have technically won a cultural victory as well, more than likely. So, interesting stuff. So like I promised, I want to give a big shout out to the commenters that strictly predicted that Mongolia would win this game. Now this is for the commenters that only picked Mongolia. It's a ballsy move. I know that, for a lot of people that Mongolia was in like the top 5 or the top 3, but these people just picked Mongolia flat out, so I got to give them a lot of credit, because I didn't even predict Mongolia flat out like that. So I have Jane Sepanin, Brenda S, Arcade, Waveblade, Rabbit Gaming 15, Supreme Santos, Max Zagar, Shane Fox, Jan, Lecomi, Tornado Sorcerer, Caleb Ball 4, Connor Land, Mr. Badwolf, Gene Michael Fana, Mats Murdoch, Infinite Elephants, Daniel Jackson, Illuminati Watching, and Sammy Joe Bob. Good job for you guys, and if you didn't pick it right this time, we will do a next AI-only campaign, and we'll see if you guys can predict that one. That one is going to be, I think, a little bit tougher to predict, though, so it should be interesting. I have a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this series, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon.